This is Mech 383, Kinematics and Dynamics. This is project 2. Here's the code. As you can see, it's showing a graphic representation, and it's asking for enter the angle of servo A1, so that's the first one right here. So we can do any angle, we'll just do 50. And then from there, it asks for the length of the first arm, L1. So here's the actual system that we have. So this length right here, that's 34.011 just millimeters. So 34. So we're gonna type that in. And then the second arm, that's the same. That's the full popsicle stick there. And that's 92.4052. And then enter the initial distance offset. So if you had a longer piece right here sticking off, then that would be the D right there. However, we don't have any because I ended up using this piece here because the round allowed it to glide easier. So we're just gonna go with 0. And it says that we should be at about 110. So we're gonna take this, line it up with the axis here as much as we can. So as you can see, that's about right there. And then we're going to swing to 50. See, we moved over a little bit. Yep, we'll swing back up, back down, swing about 50 there. Maybe a little less. Let me see. So 50. I think it'd be a little less. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Then we're gonna take this. And we got this ruler here. And then we're gonna mark it. So we're gonna mark it real quick. Okay, so we have a line here now. So now with that line, we can actually just mark right off the side there, so we don't have to mess with anything in the track. Then we can actually move the arm out of the way. Take our measurement based off the axis here. So it's looking about 4 inches. Maybe a little less. Let me see. Pretty spot on though. Looks like 4. Oh, let me move back. Looks like about 4, yeah. Yep. So we'll write that down. And then we're going to convert for a little bit off, but it's pretty close. Those 10 millimeters could just be because of the radius of the washer, or just a little bit of the locking, or just the lock or the binding here. There's just a little bit of binding, but not too much. But it does do the full 360, and it shows the linear motion. So yeah, that's pretty close of a value. Here's the code that was used for project 2. We start by importing our libraries, which was our math library, and then we set our polling active to true, and then we create our drawing function, and then we move down to our displacement calculation function, so the slider crank displacement, and then we're going to take theta 1 into this, length 1, length 2, and then any initial displacement. So then we're going to take x, and we're going to actually take length 1 and multiply that by the cosine of theta and add that to the square root of length 2 squared minus length 1 times sine theta squared, and then we're going to add that initial displacement if there is any, and then we're going to return x because this will be our displacement on the x-axis. And then we're going to enter our while loop. We're going to call our drawing function. Then we're going to take our angle of servo as a user input and assign that to theta degrees. We're going to take length 1, assign that to L1. We're going to take length 2, assign that to L2. And then we're going to take the initial distance offset. So if there's any initial distance here from your piston. And then we're going to take math radians, or we're going to take theta degrees and turn it into radians. And then we're going to assign that to theta. And then we just do a little check here. If the theta is less than 0 and greater than 360, then we're going to call it invalid angle. And then we're going to restart the program if that's the case. And so then we're going to call the function and take our theta, L1, L2, and then our D. And then we're going to assign that to displacement because that's what we returned was X. So displacement will be fine here. And then we're going to call our total linear displacement of the slider from the origin. And then we're going to call that displacement with millimeters and then X. Added that in a little later. And then just to restart or continue if you'd like with the program. That's just about all for that set of code right there. Thank you for watching.